often say that anxiety and parenthood, they clash. Because unfortunately, anxious adults, we don't like surprises. And yet, parenthood is full of the unknowns, uncertainties, and watching out for all kinds of types of danger. So in this video, I want to talk about why. Why do I feel so anxious as a parent? And what can I do to calm the anxiety? Here we go. My name is Kathryn Gardner, and today I want to go over a couple of really important pieces of information for you understanding postpartum and anxiety. So let's get the terms out of the way first. You may have heard the word perinatal mood and anxiety disorders, right? Perinatal, all that's saying is that we're looking at the timeline from pregnancy all the way to the baby's first birthday. So if you've been experiencing some of these symptoms through your pregnancy or through several months of your postpartum window, you may be wondering, well, can I even still call this postpartum? You can. We now understand that the hormonal shifts, the biological changes, psychological changes, and social changes have all been shifting and changing throughout the entire window of time. Okay, now that we've got that out of the way, let's go ahead and address one of the types of perinatal mood and anxiety disorders, postpartum and anxiety. So we've heard a lot about depression, and I'm going to do another video about that. So if you're interested in videos that have to do with maternal mental health, please subscribe to my channel. But in this video, I want to hit exactly on anxiety. Anxiety is fear, apprehension, worry, panic, obsessions, trauma, intensity of what you are feeling, and your brain's trying to sort that out. Is my reaction proportionate or disproportionate to that external or sometimes internal trigger? And I'm going to explain all of that today. So what we want to understand first is why. Why am I experiencing the anxiety that I am experiencing? I know that for me and most of the moms that I see in counseling, this is my specialty area in my counseling practice, that we're understanding more about how anxiety is happening in 1 in 7 moms. That's a high frequency of women walking away around feeling riddled with this type of anxiety and tension postpartum. So let's understand why that's happening. First of all, congratulations to you in joining the club of motherhood. Parenthood is so difficult. It has so many parts of wanting to do your best, wanting to hit your high standards, wanting to understand exactly how this works and how you can be your best at it. Well, that may be your number one reason why anxiety is affecting you. How are you wired? Are you wired to be a worrier, to be an overthinker, to analyze a lot of aspects of things that are going on around you? That may be already the lens that you look through. So here in a new life event, it makes sense. You're going to take those same high standards and look at yourself in maybe even a way of judgment. Am I doing a good job at this? Am I doing this smoothly? Why don't I have all the answers? Those are very common questions, but they can make us feel anxious and uneasy. So check in with yourself. What are some of the symptoms you might be feeling during your anxiety? Do you have racing thoughts? Do you feel tense? Do you feel like it's hard to focus or concentrate? I call it kind of like a foggy brain, right? We've heard it called mommy brain. There's a lot of components as to why your brain changes, but some of the results turn into this very foggy thinking. It's hard to concentrate. You're juggling a lot of different things. You're highly sleep deprived. I'm going to do a video on that. Again, subscribe to my channel if you want to hear more of these same topics. The unfortunate part of being so run down is I'm not going to be at my best. I'm not going to have my top resources. I'm not going to feel like I'm handling and problem solving and decision making the best that I always am. So I might get stomach aches. I might have headaches. I might feel dizzy. I might feel dissociated from myself, that I'm like watching myself, and it's called depersonalized. I'm watching myself, but it doesn't even feel like it's happening to me. I'm sort of watching myself in this. Obsessions or repetitive thoughts. I'm looping on certain thoughts over and over again on my worry wheel. Those may be some of the body sensations that you're experiencing that, yes, you know this is your anxiety showing up. But why? Let's get into it. I know you've been waiting. Well, first of all, we are biologically wired to be vigilant over our offspring, right? Our ancestors had to watch over them in that they weren't being eaten by predators, that we weren't eating and taking in poisonous berries. So our vigilance was all heightened in watching for dangers. Well, our scanning mechanism for danger is exactly what's prompting anxiety. I'm constantly on that lookout. Did you get enough sleep? How many ounces of milk have you taken in? Why do you keep crying at these certain times of the day? So that data, you're taking that in. But your heightened senses, you have all of your 5 senses heightened, watching out to take in this data, looking for smells, sounds, touch. But for you and I, that ends up in us being irritable and agitated, which is our highest levels of anxiety, because we're taking in so much of that data all day long. And we are getting a lot of touch, and we are getting a lot of interrupting sounds, right? The baby's crying. Other moms may hear my child cry and think, oh, how sweet. I hear my baby cry and I hear, help me, help me, help me. A history of anxiety. Do you have symptoms that you look back at school aged, or do you look at previous relationships and you think, yep, I was a worrier. I was at that job. I would overthink what the boss was saying. I was worried about what the audience was thinking of me and how I was doing. Maybe you have a history of obsessions, repetitive thoughts that you just get onto something and you loop and you loop and you loop on it. I'll be doing a video on obsessions and compulsions. Some of those intrusive thoughts, they show up and you don't even want those thoughts or images in your mind postpartum. And those family members in our family tree. Do we have other family members that are worriers, that overthink things, that analyze often? That may be part of my wiring as well. I'm curious, did they have some of these increased anxiety symptoms at other high hormonal times in their lives as well? I wonder. Another why to postpartum and anxiety is your sleep deprivation. We're not on our own circadian rhythm. We're following the needs of what our child needs. And if you have multiples or you have older children and you're taking care of the newborn, your sleep is interrupted. It's not in line with what your body and your brain is needing. So it's all of those factors play a role as to why I don't feel like I've got a full tank of fuel and energy from my sleep. That's going to impact how clear-headed my brain is to do that scanning for danger and understand, is there really a tiger approaching or is there not? The last piece that I'm going to talk about today is the why for postpartum and anxiety is the changes to your social. It's hard to even put your head around how much adjustment this life change puts you through. Identity. The identity to who you are, what your routine was, what your self-care routine was, what you did for work inside or outside of the home, how much you used to socialize. Social is also changes from your relationship, how you and your partner interact, what duties and roles you split and divide, how much you feel like you're receiving help or you feel panicked that it's all on you. And we're going to be looking at this because that could be some of your own lens, again, as to what standard you'd put the diaper change to and what level your partner would put a good diaper change would be. Anxiety starts to creep up that how many days and weeks and months can you feel like it's all on me, it's all on me. And that's your thought bubble. It's all on me. I've just got to do this. I've just got to figure this out. That is part of your fatigue. That is part of your wear down. And in the next section, we're going to talk about what are some of the ways to calm your anxiety. And that's a part of it. All right, the last part of this video is going to be going over some of my favorite ways to calm the anxiety. Because now that you've identified some of the reasons why you're having anxiety, now let's look at, well, what can I do about it? The first thing is to understand how high or low your anxiety has been getting inside your body. It's sending you all these signals to take care of yourself, but you're also doing a lot of increased body scanning. Does this hurt? Does this hurt? Am I worn down? Am I hungry? Am I tired? Am I thinking clearly? especially if you're sleep deprived or if you've been nursing baby and a lot of your best nutrients have been going to that baby. It may be really hard to feel like you have enough energy in that tank to get through a full day calm and patient and connected the way that you would want to be. So in part of body scanning, listen in. What is the part of your body that's telling you what you need? And is that something that you can take care of today? By adding snacks at different stations around the room, that while you're feeding baby, I always say that's a great job for the helpers, is help me. Put some string cheese, put some crackers, put my water bottle here, so that you have different spots around the house that you are able to sit comfortably and refuel right there during the feeding. Taking rests. You may notice that because anxiety is making you so vigilant and checking everything out for danger, unfortunately, it's doing that at night as well. So anytime you go to lay down, you may feel like it's hard to fall asleep, stay asleep, or hard to wake. Again, a great topic. I'll do that one as a video. That's going to be an amazing subject to cover because it's so important during this time. That part of anxiety that keeps us vigilant and keeps us alert, now it prevents us from being able to feel like we were well rested even when we wanted to sleep. So make sure that you are identifying when do you want to go to sleep and what is your ritual to lay down. So even if you're taking a 15-minute nap, is it putting one of those Calm apps, or Atmosphere is another one of my favorite free apps? I'll put the link down below to find that app. Can I get to sleep? Can I use that calming music to do my good external breath and close my eyes, even if it's for a rest? A lot of moms will say, well, I can't fall into stage 1 sleep or stage 2 or stage 3. I understand, but even a quick rest can help you to feel like you are refueled for the next segment of your day. Fact check. So important when you are trying to address your postpartum and your anxiety. Everything has been coming at you with so many data points. Well, sometimes we need to just stop and explore. Is this a fact? Is that really what that person was saying to me or about me? Fact. Is that really what the pediatrician was insinuating kind of mom I am? Fact. Am I reading between the lines? Sometimes we can distort or skew the way a situation is unfolding because of how much analyzing we do. Oh, then we're so thrown off that we say, gosh, I analyzed this and it's actually not accurate to what happened. You might be using your what ifs. Well, what if this happens? And what if this happens? And what if that happens? Oh, and that belief, I can't handle that. Or you might be comparing. Well, that mom over there, she doesn't seem to have those problems. That doesn't seem to bother her. She doesn't get all worked up before she goes to the pediatrician for a weight check for the baby. Oh, what's wrong with me? There's something that's different about me. And those comparisons can leave us spinning in our thinking and in our lead to those kinds of worrying, thinking thoughts. All right. So my last and favorite tip for understanding where you fall on your anxiety scale and ways to calm you down is, if you've done some of your relaxation techniques, exhale breathing, doing some quiet music, going outside of the space that you're in to just catch your breath and resort your thoughts. The other thought is you may need to exert yourself. It might be that your body's so tense and your brain thinks that you need to pounce on this kind of anxiety situation. You may need to step into that. Use your squish ball and throw it against the side of the bedroom wall and just exert yourself so that it's releasing that tension and putting it out. Also, if you are feeling like I can't do exercise until I'm medically cleared to exercise, then be sure to check with your doctor when it is safe for you postpartum and medically cleared to then take a brisk walk or walk up the flight of stairs and walk them back down. Get that pressure out. It's going to bring you back down in how anxious your body is feeling so that you can have clearer thoughts. You could be able to look at your situation more accurately and more rationally. All right, so those were some ways that you can calm the anxiety that you're having postpartum and with a new baby. Lastly, I'm going to put some links below for some resources because I think continually reading this video is not to substitute for your medical care. I want you to take this information and take it to your clinician, take it to your own therapist, and learn more about it, right? Counseling is helpful for postpartum anxiety. You may recognize that you need a better health plan and the way that you're eating. I'm going to give some more information in future videos about that. Recognizing that there are online support groups and there are in-person support groups. If you feel like I need to network with others that are feeling the same thing, in the links below, those websites connect you to provider directories, hospitals that offer services, hospitals that offer day programs. If the intensity feels like you can't function through it, you feel like the distress level is so high, you're feeling it, your family members are giving you that feedback. Maybe it's time to look at, is it time for medication? Is it time for a hospital program? Do I need something more intense than what I'm doing to help myself? The links will be down below. Put a comment. Let me know, what are the things that you're feeling in your body during your anxiety? Is it in that elephant pressure on your chest? Is it the way you're pressured speaking? Is it that you're getting headaches from it? Tell me what you're experiencing during your postpartum anxiety. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Kathryn Gardner. I am a mom and I am a certified perinatal mental health specialist. This is what I love to do. This is what I'm passionate about. And this is exactly what my channel is going to be about, is going over self-care and motherhood, understanding the ways that we can be feeling like we are refueled and feeling like we are refreshed as moms, so that in our job as a caretaker, we can do this all together and feel the best that we can. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. Take care of yourself today, and I will see you next time.